Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time we were on Tatooine, and this time I have landed back on Tatooine because I realized that I forgot to do something. So I'm going to do that right now because it's important for Tatooine that I get this to trigger. There we go.
Mission, is that you? It's me, Lena, remember? I was dating your brother back on Terrace.
Lena? What are you doing here? Where's Griff?
I'm just passing through. Griff and I broke up a few months after we left Terrace together. Probably for the best. Your brother can be charming, Mission, but he's bad news.
Don't you start trashing my brother, you cantina rat! Take that back or I'll smack you so hard your head tails will pop off!
Mission, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way?
You took her brother away and left her alone on Terrace?
You've got your facts a little backwards. Mission could have come with us if she wanted to. It was her choice to stay behind.
You liar! Griff told me that you didn't want his little sister tagging along. That's why he had to leave me behind.
Is that what the Hutt Spawn told you? I wanted you to come with us, Mission. I even offered to pay for your ticket. Why not? I paid for everything else while I was with that freeloader. But he told me you didn't want to leave Terrace. I said we shouldn't even go then. But he said we'd come back and get you after we struck it rich on Tatooine. Just another one of his lies.
No, you're the one who's lying. Griff wouldn't... He wouldn't try to leave me behind.
Maybe your brother isn't the man you thought he was.
Think about it. If Griff wasn't trying to ditch you, Mission, then why didn't he tell you where we were going? After we left Terrace, he told me looking after you was holding him back. Griff's always looking to blame other people for his own problems. That's why he abandoned you. He did the same thing to me, too. As soon as I ran out of money, he started blaming me for all of his problems. Like it's my fault his get-rich-quick schemes never work out.
I would like to hear Griff's side of things.
Hey, if you want to talk to Griff, go ahead. Last I heard he was going to make a fortune working the Zerka Corp mines on Tatooine. But as far as I'm concerned, he's out of my life forever.
Griff's better off without you anyway, you table-dancing, brother-stealing home wrecker.
I guess that's my cue to leave then. I didn't mean to upset you, Mission. But one day you'll see I'm right about your brother. I only hope it's not too late by then.
Sorry, Mission.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Do you want to talk?
Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is bantha poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again.
We'll find him.
I just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
Okay. So, that's important, because you won't find Griff if you don't actually talk to Lena and find out that he's there. And you have to talk to Mission and get through both dialogues about her brother before that actually pops up. And I thought I had done that, but apparently I didn't. Anyway, I'm gonna fly back to Tatooine, and I will see you when we get there. Alright, we are back on Tatooine, and I'm gonna ask the Zerka rep about Griff.
Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll.
Are you certain of that?
Oh, you mean that Twi'lek? Must have slipped my mind for a second. Yes, of course I remember Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him.
The Sand People?
He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances.
So your workers are all expendable.
Zerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job.
Alright, I will be leaving.
Very well, though Farewell.
There we go. And you have to talk to her, or when you find the Sand People, Griff won't be there. So, yeah. Conversations have to happen. Did you have a name on you? Nope. A Jawa. Bastila has something on her mind. Alright. Hi, Bastila.
How can I help?
I'd like to know more about you.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
How did you join the Jedi, then?
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Well, the Jedi separate children from their families?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
You and your father, who weren't you on good terms with?
I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
And you never tried to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound sad.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
That is sad. And the Jawa's gone. Well, they're over there. Anything over here? No? Can I talk to you? Okay. Swoop registration, sure. I don't really know what this is gonna do other than get us more credits. Hi. I'm looking for information. I raced on Taurus and won the season opener.
My friend tells the truth. I am a Jedi. Are you going to imply that I am lying as well?
Nobody here
Oops.
can compare with the racers you rode against on Terrace. You'll wipe every record from the books this backwater track.
I have my own bike stored on. I do have my own bike stored on my ship. Why not drop the fee? No racers means no crowds. Alright, I'll pay the 50 credits. What sort of businesses do you need help with?
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
Why won't Nico sign a contract with you?
That isn't fair! On Terrace you had to give a cut to the Swoop Gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
I think you should give him a better deal. You want to give Nico a better deal. No, I don't. Treat him fairly or I'll start rumors your races are rigged. Nope. I can try the Force Persuade again. Nope. Alright. Aren't there other racers? Why Nico? Alright, I'll just leave. I'll be back later. So he wants me to convince this kid to sign a contract with him because he knows he's gonna be awesome. Nico.
Oh, hi. You another racer then? I heard someone new was talking to Mata. Always room for more, I guess. Don't know how much longer I'll be around here, but maybe we'll have time for a few races.
I talked to Moda about you.
Did you? I'm not sure that's any of your business. Top racers keep to their own. I don't know you.
Well,
Maybe if you were better on the track, I might feel like talking about it. Someone who can turn out the fast times might understand.
alright.
Hurry it up, all right?
I will leave then.
All right.
So I gotta do some swoop racing. I'm gonna cut out the swoop racing because that's not very exciting for you to watch. So I will see you again in a little bit.
Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Terrace alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Yeah, so I just walked out the door and these guys appeared. Grenade. What? Whatever. That didn't really do much. Oh, did something to me. Did something to me.
There, take that.
Get him, Bastila.
You shall. There.
Damn it.
I'm here.
Way to go, Bastila. Sorry that I... Crystals. Sorry that I messed that up. Okay, back to swoop racing. So I beat all 3 tier races. And this guy wants my autograph. Really?
Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tonking ba nunot ka chi kun ita hodonga. Yiking kuno ba mulera chi kun.
Sure, why not?
Tolpa da pongwale ganduna gugu chuchut. Gavadum ku pilio botenya. Botakum justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
Why not? Anyway, I decided not to talk to Nico because I don't have the persuasion to get to talk Mota into giving him a better deal, and that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna give myself time to level before I go back and fix that. I'm still exploring. Oh, Bastila wants to talk again. What is up?
How can I help?
You're awful chatty.
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar.
My progress?
I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety. For it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this. But I will do my best to make you understand.
Okay.
The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
How can you know it's so terrible? You seem to know that temptation pretty well.
I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
Well, I couldn't see myself doing those things.
And that is why the dark side is so insidious. If you are not careful, you do not even see each small step you take towards it until it's too late. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Alright.
I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Okay. Okay. Another Ronto. Alright, nothing interesting. Miners. Can't get through these things. I want to see what this building is.
Hey, Bastila. You ever use the Force just for fun? You know, a little jolt of the Force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off?
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge. The mere thought of it's preposterous.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be times when you've thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up. I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age?
Oh my goodness.
You ain't much older than me, Miss High and Mighty. Just 'cause you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little...
What?
What the... Hey, that wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
That was fantastic. I love it. I love it. Alright, let's check out this droid shop. I don't know if I've ever seen that cutscene before. Yeah, hi. What do you have available? Let me ask you a few questions about the HK droid. He seems to be unsure as to its functions. Ah. So he says it gets touchy. It's been uncooperative, and it gets that way when they haven't had a memory wipe. Why haven't you wiped his memory? And what functions have you tested? So, he knows weaponry and he knows translations, and he didn't give it a memory wipe because he can't find the circuit cores for it built for stability. What does an HK-47 design mean? He has no idea. It's an old model. Where'd you get it?
Gee, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. Warehouse workers have a bad habit of paying off their debts with other people's property, you know?
I'm interested. Let's talk price. 5,000 credits. But, can I convince you to lower the price a little bit? I didn't even have to persuade him. That was quick. He was trying to get me to bite. That's fair. Times are hard, like he said. Poor guy. Alright, I believe I am out of time for this installment, so we will talk to HK next time. Thanks for watching!